Alright, what is going on, my dudes? So we're back here today with the beginning of the Act 7 or Book 2 Chapter 1 beta. So up first we have this Black Widow Deadly Origin here. There are a lot of really interesting nodes here going on. First of all, tenacity and also bullet time. There's enhanced shock and also stun vulnerability. So basically, whenever you go to parry her, she's going to not get stunned, and she's going to get an evade charge here, and then when you eventually dex one of her attacks, she's going to get a passive stun that she can't shrug off, and she's going to have the stun vulnerability, and the stun is going to last for the amount of time, or the, it's going to be a longer stun with the amount of the evade charges that get purified, okay, when you do a dex. So naturally, I thought of Ghost here. I thought of using Ghost with a very different, unique playstyle here, and what I want to do here is just build up to around a special 2, and then I want to do as many reparries as I possibly can, and I want to just build up those evade charges, get it to like 5 or 6, toss off a special 2. As you can see, I just got 2 of the parries there. I'll do that again right here, 1, 2, so we're getting those charges up, and then I'm going to evade in the corner, and I'm going to get as many critical hits as I possibly can. There are, this is a semi-unique fight here where we definitely haven't seen something like this with a defender like this before. So there's definitely a lot of things that we can do here. You can bring somebody like Nick Fury to just get around all the evades, okay? You can use a champion like maybe even Killmonger to get around the evades. You can just kind of ignore it in a way and just try not to parry completely, but I definitely don't advise that. I think somebody with True Strike, like, Ghost has the True Strike on her whenever she has the passive precision there. I think that's obviously the way to go. I'm just very comfortable with Ghost, of course, so that's why I went with her. Here I was going to go for that dex one more time, but I realized I might as well just go for the a special 2 here and not get the stun vulnerability, but I think Ghost is a great option for this fight, as she is for, like, most fights here, everywhere. But yeah, maybe Corvus with the Proxima Synergy would be good too. You basically just want to always play around that evasion charge, okay? Because Black Widow is a pretty semi-annoying defender as she is, and when you can't stun her, then you really want somebody with a True Strike mechanic. But overall, that boss isn't too bad. I think it's a very creative boss, and I really enjoyed it. That was my favorite one by far. This is a new mechanic in the Act 7 beta. Really, really cool. You can swap your champion right before the boss, so you could bring in like a champion that you want specifically for the boss, which I think is really, really cool. We have this Black Widow, another Black Widow here, and it's Footloose, Coolant Leak, Juke, and Prey on the Weak. The only really important thing to note here is Footloose, honestly. The rest of it is kind of self-explanatory, unblockable special attacks, but you're going to dex them anyway. If you use don't bring a robot, because that'd be bad, because they'll get shocked. I'm going to go in with Stealth Spider-Man here, my favorite champion to play, pretty much, and I just want to get a slow on her and just pretty much negate the Footloose from the get-go, and at that point, I'm just not going to have anything to worry about for the rest of the fight here. So as you can see, she has that evasion charge, but you don't even see the the unstoppable anymore because of the slow. I'm gonna toss off a special 1, and now I have both of my passive buffs, and I think she's gonna get off a special attack here and get the Footloose, but that's not the biggest deal in the world. I just want to build up to a special 2, get the elongated debuff just to make life a little bit easier. Her special 2 is so long that it literally takes up over half of the time that she's unstoppable for. So when you are doing this fight, if you're messing around in the beta, I do recommend that you just push her to special 2 as much as you can. But at this point, in my mind, the fight is pretty much over. You definitely don't want to use somebody with a lot of buffs here, because if she nullifies all of your buffs with her special 2, she's going to get a lot of power. She can get pushed up to a special 3 pretty easily. But yeah, as long as you bring a counter for that unstoppable and the evade, She-Hulk would also be really good. Yeah, she's not going to be too much of a problem at all here. That was a very, very simple fight. Stealthy did very, very well, of course. Yeah, good fight. I like that boss a lot as well. And up next, we have one more boss that I feel like is very, very easy, but I also did not enjoy doing this boss. And with this new design, we only have to do these bosses 2 times, so I think that's cool. It's not the biggest deal in the world that I don't love this boss, but this Yondu, The way it was designed is not my favorite for this one reason. It's the long distance relationship. I like everything else about it. I like the power struggle. I like the foresight. Foresight is fun because if you intercept his dash, you get the passive fury. Bubble shield does whatever, don't parry. And then power struggle is cool with him because you always want to bait out Yondu's special 1 pretty much, okay? And it, champions like Ghost and Corvus, for example, you always want to use like your special 2. And I think that's cool how the trade-off is that if you do push Yondu to special 2, and I got clipped here, but just pretend like you didn't see that. But the trade-off here is that if you do push Yondu to special 2 in order to use your own special 2, well, you're going to have to deal with Yondu's special 2 and also deal with the bubble shield at the same time. You might go unblockable there. So that's really cool design. What I don't like here is the long distance relationship. All right, now the thing is with long distance relationship, man, it just all it does is make the fight longer. Like that right there, I think that was a 14,000 special 2 from Ghost, and it's like, okay, that's fine. I mean, Ghost is still getting through this fight very easily, and spoiler alert, I'm gonna end the fight with a full yellow bar due to the willpower healing. Okay, so this long distance relationship, it actually does end up helping you in the health department here. But basically, man, like I said, it just makes the fight longer. So there's that trade-off. I'm going for the special 2. I'm timing that phase in a certain way where I miss the entire special 2, don't trigger the bubble shield at all. But like, you can do this fight with anybody, literally any champion in the entire game. All you have to do is just intercept him, and you have to bait out his special 1. Preferably don't push him to a special 2, and you're gonna be good to go. But the long distance relationship, it just makes things drag along. Like, it doesn't necessarily make it any harder for me, it just makes it longer. And it's like, alright, well, that's, it is what it is. But I really like the design of the power struggle with Yondu. I think he's a really good defender to have power struggle because, like I said, it really does encourage you to just get off that special 1. I think it would be cool to also throw on like Hurt Locker here. I think make it a little more challenging because this boss is so easy. It's so easy compared to the first 2. That Hurt Locker would encourage you not to use special attacks and to bring a champion who has very strong basic attacks. Like, for example, maybe, I don't know. It's going to be hard to beat Ghost here because Ghost just takes advantage of the foresight and can face a special 2, a special 1, etc., etc. But yeah, I mean, I think Stealthy would have done pretty well in that fight as well. Any hard-hitting champion could, try to stay away from the long-distance relationship if you can. But I don't know, Mole Man might be an interesting champion for this fight because you'll be entering that rage mode, whatever it's called, so quickly and so consistently, and you don't have to worry about using special attacks and whatnot, so that could be interesting. But let's talk about the whole map here. So overall, this is a huge improvement to the original Act 7 beta here. I did, I think, 5 out of the initial, I did 4 out of the initial 6 paths. I did the Chitinous Thorns here with the Cosmic Fracture, Cutting Wires, and Turtling. I like this path a lot. I really like the interactions with the Chitinous Thorns here, and also Turtling, how that's cool, how it gives every defender an armor up buff, and you can either armor break that, or you can use a Cosmic Champion to use a light attack to get rid of that. And then also the Cutting Wires pretty much makes it so that if you use a robot to get around the bleed, well, you can't actually do that. So there's a lot of cool interactions here, and you can also like completely cheese it with Ghost or Omega as well. So a lot of really cool potential on that path, really great path. Up next we have the Pleasure the Burn and God of Light and Mighty Charge. So this was a really cool path as well because of all the interactions with the nodes. Pleasure the Burn is usually annoying for me, but it is combined with God of Light, so pretty much you're going to have a 20% chance with every hit to put an Incinerate on the opponent. So the Pleasure the Burn, it's not like Do You Bleed where it only takes damage from bleed, it's just they need to have the Incinerate present. So obviously, like Sunspot or Human Torch is going to have a really fun time, but any champion can do it. And then Mighty Charge here, it gets rid of those Incinerates, so you have to really like keep them in the corner and bait out their light attack or their special attack to keep that Incinerate on them. So it does require a lot of skill if you don't want to use an Incinerate champion, so I really like that a lot. I didn't do this path yet, but Can't Stop, Won't Stop, Muscle Wizard, and Tunnel Vision. It's just a normal normal can't stop, won't stop path, there's a lot of champions that go unstoppable now, and you can also use any mystic champion here, just knock them down. Pretty much what you want to do here is just like use Dr. Doom, go medium heavy, and just repeat that if you don't have a, an unstoppable champion. But also 1, 2, 3, 4 of these champions here are metal, so I feel like Magneto is going to have a very fun time there. Let's see, over here, Flare and also Colorblind, very, very fun node. Colorblind's annoying, that's just like some damage that you can't avoid, but Flare is cool, man. It makes you hit really, really hard. Lots of fun stuff you could do with that. I haven't touched this pass yet, the Masochism, Double Down, and Power Focus 2. What's this here? Whenever a skill attacker fails to apply a debuff to the defender due to immunity, blah blah blah, they gain a precision buff, increasing critical rating by 30% for 8 seconds. Cool. So yeah, so you can definitely use like Nick Fury. All these guys are bleed immune except for Corvus, or like any other skill champion that causes bleed and get a lot of passive precision. That'd be really, really cool. You can also use pretty much anybody here and just play around the Masochism, so that's really cool. That's a very fine path design here. And a lot of these guys have pretty easy to bait out special too, so the Power Focus 2 is cool as you keep going and not worry too hard about pushing them to a special 3, so that's cool. And this path was fun, man. I used Corvus here and he just absolutely slayed. It was really, really cool. Invade's a very, very fun node. There's also Oscillate and also Kinetic Instigator. So basically, man, so they're gonna get in the defensive mode from the Oscillate here, and then you get to hit them a bunch with the Invade and do a lot of damage. And then Kinetic Instigator, the opponent generates power when striking this champion's block. So basically, you're just going to gain so much power while you're hitting their block and doing so much damage, and it's just a lot of fun, man. I had so much fun messing with these paths. I'll probably jump in and do a couple of fights here on these last remaining paths. I don't know if I'm going to 100% the quests. I don't really see a reason to. There are 5 more quests here that I'm going to jump into. I'll probably just do one path towards each boss for all of these, just because, I don't really see a reason to 100% it when I'm going to 100% it right when it comes out. I don't know if I'm going to do a Legends run or not. It depends if there's like another exclusive champ, or if it's only the top 20. If it's like the top 100, I'll probably definitely go for it. But if it's just top 20, probably not, man. Too many mercs are messing around in the Legends run, so I don't want to just waste my time and resources with that. But overall, man, I haven't touched the second quest yet, but the first quest is an absolutely incredible improvement, man, over the Act 7 beta. Literally every single thing that I asked for, everything I wanted, is in this beta so far in that first quest. I asked for nodes, multiple nodes that make it difficult and challenging, but also complement each other in a rewarding way. That was the main thing I wanted. I also wanted less attack value, and that's exactly what's in this beta. So I'm very excited to test out the next 5 chapters here. Overall, man, the first chapter gets a 10 out of 10 for me. I'm very excited for it to hit the live servers as well. It's going to be a really fun time. I'm also really glad that they went back to 6 quests instead of 3. That was weird. It was weird for me. So overall, man, I'm very happy with it. I'm not sure if I'm going to make videos for the entire thing or not yet. If you guys want to see more, let me know and I will make them. I may not make them as extensive as this one, but I will just upload the bosses or whatnot. Anyway, my dudes, that's going to be it for this video. If you enjoyed it, do your boy a favor and drop a like. Comment what you think about the new beta in the comment section below, and subscribe if you want to see some more videos just like this coming to you very, very soon. I'll be seeing you around.